All right. Welcome. I don't know if I was supposed to open, but I'm saying hello.
Hello.
My,
Yes.
my
Hello.
name's Colin. I'm gonna be hosting uh, trivial debates tonight. Um, looks like what's this say? Sound you hear isn't a howling wolf. I don't know what sound I was supposed to be in reference to. I think it was the gavel. We have three contestants here from the crypt of pop culture to argue about our favorite holiday, Halloween. Will one of them rise like a phoenix of some sort? We'll be dragged down quicksand. Speed rounds. Yes. All right, okay. Let's get to the contestants. We have Stephen Waters. Okay, the voice behind Darth Theorist and Three-Eyed Theorist. What is that? What are those?
Those are YouTube channels where
Okay,
I
that's awesome.
am the narrator and characters of everything.
Okay, cool. Do we do breakdowns on stuff?
Uh,
There's a
they're
narrative based.
they're narrative based. They're stories.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's something different. All right, co-host a Hey, Did You See This One podcast. That's a podcast.
Mhm.
Give them a minute to say hello.
Hi, it's me, Steve. You guys might recognize me from Hey, Did You See This One, the podcast where I talk about movies with my co-host Jason R. Phillips, and we rip movies apart in every facet. You might have seen Chris, the creator of Trivial Debates, on there. You might have seen Noel K, one of our other guests tonight, on that show a few times. But yeah, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. you can check out Hey, Did You See This One?
Yeah, we'll drive that home too at the end. But we also have Noel. That's Noel K. Frequent guest of Hey, Did You See This One? So we have some cross collaboration there. That's also a podcast. That's the same podcast we just mentioned. Hello. Give them a moment to say hello. Parentheses.
Yeah. I'm just nobody, but I was invited here, so I guess
Don't
I'm
ever
somebody
say that.
now. How about that?
No, it's great
Yeah.
to see you. Welcome aboard.
I'm gonna do it like the kids do.
That's perfect. It's better than I could do it. All right, and moving on there to John, the Potion Man. John,
Hello.
I understand you run screen printing. Is that screen printing? I feel like I checked out your site very briefly. I only had the write up for so long, but small
Yeah.
printing business run by a Vancouver boy who currently lives on and operates out of Salt Springs Island, British Columbia.
That's right. Yeah. You said it all. I'm a one-man business, and I work out of my garage that I converted from a stinky old spider hole into a nice museum for pop culture, basically. But it is my printing space.
Nice. So if there we go. Yeah, that's actually sick.
Oh,
Love to see it.
that's dope.
Got a Street
printing's
Fighter
pretty
arcade
sick.
machine back there.
Okay, that's
You
the
know.
start of the show.
Yeah.
All right, no, I fucking love it. I love the screen printing. I love people making things. All right.
Thanks, man.
Should we just get into this then?
It's time, I believe. Yes. Where is my bell?
Is that the sound that I was supposed to wait for before I said, did you hear that sound?
Well, I believe you're also supposed to give us a quick read of the rules, and then that's the intro there.
Oh, okay. Okay, rules. We got a lot of rules. It's actually almost impossible to enjoy yourself playing this game. There's so many rules. Prohibitive amount of rules. First round, each contestant gets 1 minute to provide their answer and reasons. So we're going to ask questions. You've got your own questions. I'm sure you're all aware of the answers you're going to pick. You get 1 minute to passionately give your answer, and then a 4-minute open debate where you guys just disrespect the living hell out of each other, and then we decide who gets a point. The remaining two players, because that means one of you is going to be eliminated. That's what it means when I say there's two and there's originally three. You move on to a speed round, and that's a lot faster. You get 30 seconds to present your answer, and then each contestant gets a 15-second rebuttal. Trivial debates, let's go. Ding, ding, ding.
All right. First question, movies.
All right. The first question tonight. I read the questions, right, Chris?
Yes.
All right. The first movie or question tonight is on the topic of movies. All right. You have a time machine, but it can only take you to the set of horror movies that have been filmed over the years. Any horror movie. Which one do you go to and why? Do you interfere? Do you observe? Are you tapping somebody on the shoulder to say, hey, you know, it'd be funny in this scene if her head turned all the way around and then fell off? Or are you just like hanging out at craft service? All right, let's begin. And I believe we're starting with Steven.
All right. Well, I misunderstood the question, but I'll just answer it anyway.
Oh, we got it.
I chose Cabin in the Woods. I would not interfere, but I would go around to all the prison cells and look at all the freaks and attempt to discern exactly what the inspiration for each one of those monsters was. They're all clearly inspired by some horror movie or television show or comic book or cartoon show. Then I would go to all the records within the place where they hold these monsters, and I would go through all of the recordings of the rituals from previous years, because this movie definitely needed more installments, prequels, because I think the end of the movie, spoilers, doesn't end well for planet Earth. But I'd love to see it. I've got 20 seconds left. I think it would... I didn't realize we were on set, so still, do the same thing. Let's just assume that they're filming this movie in the real location where all of these rituals take place.
Yeah, no, I see where the misunderstanding happened. That's funny.
I yield my
say
time.
That's not a real thing.
What a feast for the eyes, though, that movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, your time. Oh, okay, I thought I was going there. Okay. Noel, begin.
Yes. All right. I would go to The Shining. And
Nice.
The reason I would do that, would I interfere? Absolutely. So I'm not here to relitigate the Shelley Duvall thing. So I wouldn't actually interfere with the movie. What I would interfere with is Stanley Kubrick's mind. So I would be there to like fuck with him. Oh, am I allowed to swear on this?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
oh shit. Fuck. I feel like Ariana Grande. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry, my dog just... Time! Yes! So I would be there to mess with him. So we're talking like, you know, in Back to the Future where like he goes back and like dresses up and pretends that he's Darth Vader and scares the living crap out of his dad. Like it would be that sort of thing. So I'd be like hanging around in the background and I'd be waiting, and then I'd like do fucked up shit. Like take all his laundry out of his like thing and steal it and various things like that.
Bold of you to assume Stanley Kubrick ever washed his clothes.
My dog.
And then
not...
I'm gonna let John get his shirt off here now, and then. Oh, is that a Darkwing Duck shirt? Did you make that yourself?
No, I found this at a Value Village like over a decade ago. It's like a really kind of
That's
crafty,
incredible.
but awesome airbrushed.
Wow, that's actually that's incredible. All right, okay.
I love it.
Give this man the point. Yield his minute. All
There
right.
we go.
All right. Up. Okay, John, you're up next. Ding.
Okay. I chose Alien, the Ridley Scott space epic, because the sets, there's two major kind of set pieces there, especially that I would like to just be witness to, and I wouldn't interfere. I think I'd be more like a fly on the wall sort of thing. So the Nostromo set, created by Ron Cobb and Chris Voss, with those tight claustrophobic corridors, you know, it's really steamy and dingy, and I don't know, just something about it is so creepy and compelling. And then there's the Giger aspect, the H.R. Giger set with the derelict alien spacecraft, and just to see in person the like biomechanical sort of set design and creature design from Giger would be amazing. That's it.
Very, very earnest.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I like that. Good answers all around. Good answers all around. Do I give my verdict on this now?
No. Now is time for the 4-minute open debate. All three of them are going to try and say why their answer is better. And you're going to listen to the debates, and whoever had the best debate, that's who you give the point to.
Okay, we could just start recording again anytime.
I'm so stressed.
And go.
Who goes first? Who starts ripping people apart?
I think it's just we yell at each other the whole time.
Okay.
Okay. How about this? Both of those are super, super boring. First off, see, in this way, like
Here we go.
with the Shelley Duvall thing, with the Shining thing, like this is what we're going for. So Stanley Kubrick said that he was perfectly fine with torturing that poor woman to get the right performance out of her. So what I'm doing is basically making the movie better by being like offset and destroying these people's lives. Like, you know what? I'm not just gonna ruin Stanley Kubrick's day. I'm also gonna ruin that fucker who did the Here's
Jack
Johnny.
Nicholson is his name.
That's the one. So I'm
I feel like you lose just for not knowing his name.
No, I knew his name. So anyway, so I'm going to get the best performances out of these people by torturing them. Like, if that was what he said he was doing to Shelley Duvall to get that, then imagine how amazing this movie would be if I psychologically, like, destroy Stanley Kubrick and Jack Nicholson. What an amazing movie, right? Like, an already good movie.
Like
Let's make it even better.
I feel like I would be on your... I feel like I would yield the point to you had you said you were going to go back and create some sort of human resources element of the Stanley Kubrick set in order to stop him from being a horrible monster man to people, but just going back and stealing his socks. I don't know. I don't know if that's enough.
It's not just stealing his socks. Also, I thought about the human
underwear.
resources thing, but like man, like Shelley Duvall said later that like it's been blown out of proportion and whatnot. So I don't want to go in and start making assumptions about a woman being able to stand up for herself. I don't want to go in with these assumptions. Instead, what I'm going to do is ruin men's lives. Like, this is kind of what I'm going for here, right? Like, let's get the best directing and performance out of these losers.
I think for mine, the interesting aspect to the answer is that there are so many things that were probably created in concept art and things that I could walk through the art department with behind the set for this movie that would be so interesting and revealing as to all the different types of options that the script could have gone into when it comes to direction. Also, the point of watching the recordings of the previous rituals, I want to know what the mermaid looks like, what the unicorn looks like, what the clown looks like. I want to know what every single one of those things being rolled on that yearly ritual that they do would look like in adventure. There's so many things that they could do with that series, but unfortunately for us, it was one and done, and they never revisited it, which is interesting because the movie made a lot of money, and I think that they could do that. But even just being able to walk through the art department and look through the concept art of all the different monsters and be able to be like, oh, that's Hellraiser. Oh, that's, I don't know, a zombie movie, whatever. You can probably find 100,000 of them. But I think that it would be like walking through like a crazy horror movie museum of things that don't actually exist. Almost like, you know, the boys to DC universe or to the Marvel universe, how they have all these inspirations for these different superheroes. It would be like that for horror creatures, which horror creatures are my favorite type of creatures. So of course I want to go there. Everybody does.
Steven, did you know that your voice is especially sexy today?
Oh my God, you're trying to throw me off.
It's not Steven who gives the point.
Okay, I
Did
guess
you know that
for
your makeup is
I guess for mine, so for the Nostromo alone, the set was made at the 3 levels of the ship were made in 3 separate sound stages. So that's a lot of, like, basically a warehouse per level of the ship. I think that'd be cool to just, you could go tour all 3 of those. And then, like I said, the derelict alien spacecraft. I just think there's maybe not a lot of variety. Oh, I'm not doing myself any favors. It's just going to be like spaceships and fog and shit. But I don't know, man. Sounds good to me. That's it.
I feel like I can respect the want to explore the Nostromo. But I think that there are other movies that have recreated that set in a lot of ways that are just as respectful of the original design, but also expanded upon. So you'd have more fun walking through different alien movies.
Yeah.
So my biggest problem
point.
with both of your answers is that if you had a time machine and you could go around and fuck with anything, like the fact that you guys haven't decided to do that, you're like, I love horror movies and I just want to take a look at them. It's like very sweet, but like, come on.
Roasted.
That was me for a second.
All right, I'm gonna be blurry as I say all this.
That soft focus close up there. Looking good.
Yeah. Thank you. That's I'm using a keynote flow.
Did we lose him?
Foggy.
Lose Chris or
Or
me?
Nostromo.
No, Chris is eating.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay. So
Nope.
Eat
can't
into the
hear.
microphone.
clown man.
Wait.
Wait,
I
you
can
can't
hear
hear
him.
me?
You can't hear?
I can hear him too.
Wait, what?
I
Hello.
can hear you. Noel, you can't hear Colin? Okay.
Wait,
I'm gonna suggest you
Wait.
reset real quick.
Maybe it's lips. You need to be able to lip read.
That's odd. That's a very weird glitch.
Yeah, specifically one person is strange.
I don't believe it. Hold on, then I also froze.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yay.
Okay,
Yay.
gonna be hurt. Everything's fine again.
Alrighty.
I thought Noel was
where
in a
were we?
different corner last time. This is throwing me off.
All right. Yes. There.
Oh, thank God.
There you go.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that was good. That was good. Okay, so we had like very different takes on it. Steven thought that the movie was real.
I think all movies are real. They're real in my heart and my mind.
I'm going to give the point to Noel, but I'm going to talk more after. But I'm going to give the point to Noel straight off because I think that you would be a crew hero for fucking with Kubrick. I'm sure Jack Nicholson was too high on various substances to be fucked with. But I'm going to pick that.
I'd slip something in his substances.
It's the most inventive of the choices. John, you're in Canada. There's an alien TV series being made. I think you're probably a few hours drive from the sound studio. Give that a go. Go check that out.
Alien Earth.
Mm.
It was good. I liked it.
So Noel with the point.
Yeah, we got 1 point for Noel. There.
He put up a really good fight. I can't argue with that.
You can be meaner. I don't want to throw a wedge in between the podcast you guys have together, but you can like feel free to use like personal information that you've gathered on each other over the years.
Oh my God.
Just dox them.
Yeah, whatever you need to do. There's like no.
Steven and I are also twins. Like we're Wonder Twins. So not only do we have like that on the podcast, but we're also like mentally and like spiritually connected. So I don't think I could dig that deep.
But I'm the evil twin, so I can definitely do it.
Were you saying was that a diss?
I don't know.
Sorry. All right.
Next question.
All right. It's 1995. It's you remember the TBS the Superstation. They did like movie marathons all the goddamn time. They play like 14 James Bond movies back to back. And then like live action recreations of chimpanzees acting out skits from movies. That may be just my own memory. But I think it's 1995. TBS Superstation, you're a producer. You get to program the Halloween block around any goddamn theme you want. So what are your back-to-back horror movies for dinner and a movie? And what's the title for the Halloween marathon?
Noel's up first.
I go first?
Noel, you're up first.
All right, so my title is Which Witch is Which, and it's all spelled like the word witch. And my two movies are The Witches and Return to Oz. And so, like, I thought about what direction to program them in, but like The Witches is like one of those really screwed up kids movies, but like the movie ends much happier than the book does, where like the kid actually spoiler for a 20-year-old movie or 30-year-old movie, the kid actually comes back to life and is a kid, but it's like a weird one, but it's okay. Like it didn't scare me that much as a child, even though it's like a really weird premise of like kids getting turned into mice and witches trying to kill all children, which honestly I understand. Now the second one, though, like the right before bedtime, the Return to Oz is one of the creepiest kids movies, and I just want all of those parents to have a really bad time with their kids refusing to go to bed that night because they're going to be turned into mice by witches, and then just like their whole like that's psychosis for life. That's 15 years of therapy you have to go to after seeing Return to Oz.
All right, thank you. Well, we're gonna move on to John is up next, the Potion Man.
All right. Okay, my block here is called Doll House of Horrors. It's to kind of celebrate doll movies, like haunted doll movies that are, not super duper niche or anything, but are, they're not Chucky, they're not Annabelle, so it's celebrating that, different haunted dolls. We got Dolls from 1987, which scared the shit out of me as a kid because I was afraid of dolls, especially like old porcelain dolls with the tiny little teeth and shit. So that's from the director Stuart Gordon of Reanimator. I just think it's super creepy. It's super silly as well. Like, it's ridiculous, and so is Dolly Dearest. But there's lots of really creepy, eerie stop motion going on, and like little person acting. And yeah, I just think that we should celebrate these doll movies too.
Thank you, John. Shout out to the little people. Steven.
All right. So my Halloween block is going to be called Halloween. And the two movies that I've chosen are Halloween and Hellraiser. I chose these two movies not because they have a particular connection in terms of anything other than the fact that they're horror movies, but just the fact that they are two embodiments of horror that are so completely and utterly different from one another that it almost shows two different ends of a spectrum when it comes to what horror movies can be. One of them is the father of all slasher films as we know them today, the prototype of what we think of when we think of teen horror and a slasher killing them in the night. And the other is a twisted understanding of sexuality, and as well as the concept of what is pleasure, what is pain, and how those things can oftentimes be intersected with one another. It's also one of the scariest movies that still holds up to this day, both visually and tonally, and it's written by and directed by a career director, Clive Barker, who's amazing.
The sexuality I was aware of, I did not know that it was twisted in any way. I'll look further into that. All right, now I gotta. So coming back, I'm the executive producer at TBS, and first of all, no knives in the meeting, please. That's gonna sway some opinions. We're doing an unboxing video. Hold on, I need to know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So we're doing a live unboxing. So can we start our 4 minutes here?
I mean,
If it's my wife's head, I'm going to be very upset.
all right, I'm gonna start the 4 minutes. You can proceed
So, I mean, are we starting the 4? Okay, perfect. So the reason mine is better is because it's TBS and it's a kids, like, I want a family-friendly thing, and, like, honestly, boring, again, for the other ones. Like, although the doll thing is kind of cool, and I'm going to almost give the point to you because that's what I'm unboxing, a creepy doll. So these are all doll clothing. And then these peanuts are going to fall everywhere. But more on that, I think The Witches is, like, Angelica Houston is freaking amazing in it. And I think these are two movies that don't get a lot of love. Like, there's been a lot of revision for, don't eat that. There's been a lot of revision for Return to Oz, but not really a lot for The Witches. So I think, I don't know, like, these are classic kind of like TBS things, right?
I mean, they remade The Witches a couple of years ago, and it was absolutely horrendous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that a modern retelling of The Witches will ever work, but also the fact that Disney owns Return to Oz is something that I'm going to have to play the devil's advocate in the room, the Hellraiser in the room, if I will. TBS executive, we're never going to be able to show the fucking Disney movies on this channel, are you insane? Also, we're an adult channel. We're not here for kids. Get this kid shit out of here. We're playing this at night. It's dinner and a movie, not afternoon in a apple juice box. Come on.
Do you know how many times I dinner and a movie with my parents though? Like, we used to watch Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman as like a family event. Like, that kind of thing, you need it to be a family event. Like, I want viewers actually watching my thing, so I want parents to be like, oh, this is family friendly and kid safe, and then ruin the lives of children.
John, jump
This is a
in.
Halloween block. I want to have Freddy Krueger eight times a week for the entire week leading up. I want Chucky, I want Jason, and I want Halloween all day, every day. Hellraiser is the scariest movie ever made, and I really want that to be part of this block. And I think that you need to consider it.
That's totally fair, but I don't know. My theme, which is which, is kind of cuter.
It is a cute name. But I got, okay, for these doll movies, we got Dolly Dearest. Ridiculous plot. It's like ancient Mayan ghosts haunting a doll at a doll factory in Mexico. We got Rip Torn doing a horrible, like weird Mexican / Irish accent. It's
we all know
also
Rip
directed
Torn
by
is famous for
a
not
woman.
giving a shit about offending people.
yeah, directed by Maria Leese, who before doing Dolly Dearest directed pornos. So I think that's kind of interesting.
That's why Rip Torn was interested. He was like, "Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine?"
Yeah. He wanted to get ripped and torn. I got Ed Gale doing the little person acting, who also did Chucky. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I just have facts here in my notes.
Rip
Trying
down
to be
their
compelling.
their movies, John. Rip down their
You
movies.
sound
Why
mad
is yours
when you say
better?
the fact it's an argument.
Yeah. Oh man, so hard
Yeah,
for me to
boo
be
earns.
mean. I'm so Canadian.
We're all Canadian, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Well-
I think that Stevens is the worst because it's the most conventional choice. I like John's because it's, I don't know, like these are
Yes.
movies that I've never heard of, and I
Well,
think would
you
be
know,
very
if there's one thing that we
interesting.
need more at
They'll
TBS,
creep you
it's,
out. They're really
it-
stupid, but they'll creep you out.
It's more. We need more queer representation at TBS. We haven't been doing it for years now. We play James Bond every month, and we all know that he's the least gay man on the planet. So we need to have something that's made by a queer person. And that is Clive Barker. He is one of the godfathers of horror as we know it, and I would like for him to be represented on this network this year, please. And
That
thank
is
you.
fair, but both
Oh.
of mine are very woman-oriented, and if The Witches isn't gay-coded, I don't know what is.
Female
all the main
porno
characters in
director.
Halloween are female leads.
I like you both,
All
by
right.
the way. I'm just trying to play the game.
I have a hard time.
No,
being
you're doing
gay.
good. You're
Hey,
up for
kid.
A
blood.
point deducted for apologizing.
I didn't apologize, by the way.
Crypto's running away with packing peanuts. I can hear you, though.
Okay, so I'm the executive here, and let me just say, like, first of all, I'm glad that I came up with all of these ideas. But Steven, like, it's great picks, great movies. The alliteration is great. That's my favorite idea. I don't have the money for that kind of IP. Here at TBS, we like our James Bonds, Lazenby, and we like our Halloween's 6. So, unfortunately, John, I would like you to be more like Steven, but John, you get the point, because we could afford those
All
films.
right. Yeah, you can watch them for free on YouTube, I think. They're cheap.
What is YouTube? It's 1995, and I will say that
It's gonna
Steven, you
blow your
almost
mind.
had me with the queer representation. It is the 90s, but I don't know if you realize this.
Exactly
but
why
we're
we
thinking
need
about
it.
rebranding to something called Spike, and it's that might bode
Set us
well.
back.
Or that might, yeah, might bleh. No.
Bleh.
All right. I'm going to take my idea to a different network.
I like
Boo.
that.
Next round.
Boo.
I like them both.
All right, this is the music category. This is a long one. All right,
It's
John
the longest
Carpenter.
question. Okay, just producer note. This is the longest question ever written for the show.
Okay. Yeah, I know. And it's like, and then I went back and I was like, I can't really get rid of any of it either. John Carpenter has gone insane, activating a protocol in which every copy of his films and their soundtracks self-destruct before throwing himself from the Golden Gate Bridge. The films have been salvaged, but the soundtracks need to be re-recorded. The films are being divvied up, and you get to be the music supervisor of one of these films. Which film are you picking, and which artist are you employing to try to capture the tone of your film? Straightforward
You have a
question.
bonus note.
Oh, yeah, there's like a bonus note that says best after credits. Shout out to John Carpenter, bearing in mind all the souls lost in the self-destruction of his works. You cannot separate the art from the artist.
Okay, perfect. First up,
John.
Uh-oh. Okay. See, I chose the film They Live. And, you know, kind of maybe a safe choice here because I feel like they don't really miss as far as making soundtracks because of their talent and like their diversity. I got Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross of Nine Inch Nails. They've done multiple soundtracks, and they just have shown through the multiple movies they've done that they kind of can take on any kind of movie. And I think they could nail They Live. It's got a very industrious feel to the movie. It takes place in the city. You know, there's the aliens, so that's got like the sci-fi element there, and they have a lot of industrial and like synth-like sort of inspiration. I just think it would be a very natural fit. That's it.
You know, if you play Nine Inch Nails over that fist fight, it becomes very pornographic. Chris just
want to fight you like an animal?
All right.
Oh, boy.
Toy part over there.
So, I have chosen the movie Ghosts of Mars. Not because I think that it is the most memorable soundtrack, not because it's in any way good. I think it is the most forgettable soundtrack of every John Carpenter movie ever made. And John Carpenter, in fact, wrote the music for this movie as he did for most of his movies, but he decided to get, I believe, the band Anthrax did the score, and it's absolutely horrendous. And I think that if all of John Carpenter's scores were completely eradicated for real, this would be the one that people would literally forget what it was. They would be like, I don't even remember what the music was in that movie. So it would be an actual blank slate. But the person that I've chosen to recreate the music is Ennio Morricone, the one who did the music for a whole lot of Westerns that we know, but he also made the music for The Thing, one of the best John Carpenter scores in existence, and also one of the most John Carpenter-y scores in a John Carpenter movie that John Carpenter didn't actually make himself. So I think that he could absolutely improve, not just replace.
Me
Oh,
again?
no. Yeah, Farid, you got to answer every one of the questions.
Yeah, so I picked Dark Star, and I don't remember anything about that soundtrack. I remember the movie, but like it's the most meandering crap I've ever watched in my life. Like it's not crap, it's a John Carpenter movie, but I don't think a lot of people know this one. And the person who I would pick to do the soundtrack is Randy Newman, because I can't think of a better person that would be able to do a soundtrack for a meandering movie like that. And like, sure, it's a horror movie, but it's not really. Like, Dark Star is a very strange movie. So if you have Randy Newman just like sitting there, even just singing songs of what they're doing, like you got a friend who's a balloon, and then like just nice piano music and stuff, like just describing things. There's so much meandering that you could really do quite a bit with lyrics, and I think Randy Newman would be able to pull that up because he's written like brilliant things for garbage. So there's that.
Can't believe you say that about Toy Story.
Oh,
It's a classic film, and you call Toy Story garbage. It's crazy. All right, 4 minutes. You guys just have at it.
Okay, so my first point is that both of the soundtracks that you guys have chosen to replace are extremely memorable and good. They make the movies better. And if someone was going to recreate the soundtrack for They Live, we want it to be exactly how it was the original time we went through it. And if you're hiring Nine Inch Nails to do that, fine. But they're going to make something that is almost exactly the same as it was the first time you heard it, because that soundtrack is perfect. It has this sort of industrial tone, as you said, but it also has this slow, meandering sort of this weird like gait to it, where it's almost hypnotic in the way that everybody in the movie is being hypnotized. It's like almost a perfect score for a movie that is almost perfect in a lot of people's opinion. They Live is up there. Dark Star, how can you say such a horrible thing about John Carpenter going Dark Star at the beginning of the movie? It's great.
yeah, but imagine Randy Newman doing that.
It would be the
instead.
same. It would just be Dark Star.
No.
It would be the same.
Yeah, but it would be really, really funny. Like that movie could be actually a comedy. And when you say that like it's a memorable soundtrack, like no, it's not. I don't remember it at all.
You don't remember
Yeah,
the part
I
where he
should
goes,
remember it.
in your mouth from your warm safe.
Well, that's the thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's like music and strange, and
old man said.
you could put like a lot of really fun piano. You could do, I don't know. I think like if there's anything, any soundtrack that could actually be not improved upon, but like made more interesting. Like I respect the Trent Reznor and the whoever the hell you said, but like these are people who like, yeah, he scores movies, but he scores horror movies. Like have a little more fun with it. And like the Trent Reznor thing, like like both of those would fit, but I think like you're not having enough fun.
Well, Ennio
Music goes out the
Morricone
window.
has made some of the
I did
most
say it
impressive
was
soundtracks
safe.
that ever existed.
I did say it would save. And Steven, to your point about how it kind of nailed the soundtrack the first time, I agree. I like it's got that really like kind of Western, like no 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 no, it's, and then it kind of gets a little more industrial to the middle, more sci-fi near the end. So there's like a nice kind of broad range of
Well, I'm not saying
musical
that
styles.
9 Inch Nails would do a poor job. I'm saying they would do something that is very similar to what we got. Whereas what I'm trying to put forward is that Ennio Morricone would make a John Carpenter score properly, whereas the score of Ghosts of Mars is so forgettable and terrible that the movie itself suffered because of it. If it had a better score, the movie would have gone up in terms of enjoyability, probably about 3-4 points, in my opinion.
Maybe because in this world, in this question, because like the score has been erased from existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe to get that back, kind of to suit the movie like it did before, maybe this safe choice with
But would it be better or the same?
Hire the same people.
At least it would still be there, almost intact.
They Live is too good. Like They Live is too fun, and it already is fun. And I think adding a Trent Reznor soundtrack would be interesting, but like I don't think you need to touch that. Steven's never damn heard of this movie because I'm not a horror movie person, so your answer is just bad. No, I have nothing to say to that. But like Dark Star has it's the most meandering movie on the planet. You need more lyrics, you need more interesting things. Just like that Family Guy skit, if he's just like singing along and saying what Lois, whatever her name is doing, like eating an apple, like that's part of what I'm imagining for this, and it would be so much fun to just
3 times
describe what's happening in the movie. I don't know. I think it would be an absolute blast.
I think that both of your soundtracks would be almost exactly the same as they already are. Mine would be
Chris, are you okay? Your laugh sounds weird.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
He also opened a haunted box with a doll in it.
Oh, Jesus. Annabelle. All right, okay. Wow. I hope you guys can still be friends after that. But I gotta say, all around, gotta give it to Steven, because that is he's made a very good point. He made a very good point for finding. I think it was a good idea to find a lesser known film that had a soundtrack that was not known, because I didn't even think of that until you started saying that. But like whole time, I'm going to be comparing Trent Reznor to the original soundtrack, and then I'm going to be thinking, Randy Newman, why is he part of this the whole time?
Have you seen Dark Star? He would be perfect.
What about Starman?
Oh, classic.
Also a good soundtrack.
Whoa,
Absolutely.
VHS on deck.
Oh, hell yeah. I had this
That's
just in case
Steve.
someone picked Starman.
That's a very good fit.
Yes, it is.
All right, Steven, you get the point.
Thank
There's
you.
more. There's more to it. We've got sports. Right? Sports. Which famous athletes? I like how you left my spelling mistake in
You
here.
back? I'll be right down in 1 minute. Sorry, I meant.
Okay. Which famous athlete's life or could be turned into most compelling horror film can be a stylized tall tale or ruthlessly accurate? Up to you.
My God.
Oh wait, Steven, you're first.
Oh, okay.
Ding.
So I decided to go the fictitious route. I chose Tiger Woods, and I want the movie to be called Hell on the Green or Hell in
I
One.
can't hear Steven.
Oh, Am I the only one? Can other people hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Why can't I hear anybody?
What?
Should we start again and get Noel to hop out and hop back in so that she can hear my?
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do, but I can vamp for a second. And is this a painting of Tiger Woods?
Yeah, this is the painting for the poster Hell in One.
Hell in
Yeah.
One is so
But-
good.
We do that. There is a credits in the bottom. I kind of want to zoom in and see who it says. It says designed by, because I thought it was AI at first, but then I think maybe it's like one of those oil paintings that somebody really likes problematic
All right.
figures.
Noel, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So let's start again. If that's okay with you guys, because I didn't really get to go through my whole spiel.
Go for it.
Yes, no, yeah.
All right, I'll wait for the clock to come back up.
I think there's potentially something happening
All right.
in Chris's room at the moment.
Sorry. Okay, brief. I ordered pizza, but the guy forgot the payment, and he had to go back and get the ATM machine to come back and make the payment. It was a whole thing.
No one gives a shit.
What was his name?
Tell him
I
to
don't
Tana go fuck himself.
Okay. My character that I'm choosing, I'm going the fictitious route. I'm choosing Tiger Woods, and the movie is going to be called Hell on the Green or Hell in One. Tiger Woods has grown tired of his place in our experiences that we go through on our mortal plane, all that we can offer here, and he searches for new things to satiate his endless appetites, which we all remember about, right? He buys a box from a black market dealer, the Lament configuration. That's right. Tiger Woods himself is going to be playing with the puzzle box that gives you pleasure, pain, all of those experiences at once, and he will literally be turned into a golf-themed Cenobite from Hellraiser. I don't know, maybe like a bunch of T's in his face, like Pinhead, or he could have like golf clubs for shins or something. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Maybe his whole torso gets turned into a golf bag full of clubs, like down his throat, and he pulls it out, like, the pleasures that I can show you.
Okay. All right. Where's that? Noel, you're next.
Okay. So I picked, if you're in Toronto, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you're in Las Vegas, you are starting to know exactly who I'm talking about. And hockey is our national sport, so whatever, man. So my person is Mitch Marner. And he, for all you plebes out there, is a former Toronto Maple Leaf. He's a hockey player. He just had a kid. Anyway, so this movie is called 1967, and that was when the Leafs last won the Stanley Cup. And like 1967, The Curse of Mitch Marner or something along those lines. So this is like, we're going real life here. So this is the most horrifying thing that anyone can go through. So Mitch Marner went through the Canadian hockey system. So if you've read anything about Hockey Canada, like, I'm not saying that he has been assaulted, but I'm saying that would be a really traumatic thing for a kid to go through. And you can come up with lots of stuff there. That's scary as fuck. So then he signs to Toronto and he holds out for his contract to all the hockey uncles to hate him. But the main thing is that this is a psychological thing where people are feeding him how much he hates everything. And it's kind of like panic. Like, he just... I'd hear the
Alright.
girls.
Moving on, John, you're closing out this.
Okay, I went a little bit more real world here, and maybe because it's fresh in my mind because I recently listened to like a long podcast about him. But Aaron Hernandez, who was a football player, can't remember what position. There he is. Yeah, he had I kind of had picking this. It's kind of like, this is kind of sad because he actually murdered people and had a weird life. But I think he makes a good, like, if you wanted to kind of sensationalize it a little bit, maybe add a couple more victims on his list. Like, I think someone like Ryan Murphy could have a field day making a movie about this. There was rumors that he was closeted, and that's part of like what, created this confusion and anger inside of him. There's lots of debate about that. But, he shot his best friend in the eye because he thought he was going to rat at him for killing these two people. And his friend survived. And I don't know, man, there's a lot of crazy shit here. And he's basically Jason. He's like a human Jason. He's this big, scary guy.
That's great. I heard all
Good
that. I heard you loud and clear.
Sick earshot.
Just a
All
sad, crazy life.
Okay.
All right. All right. Moving on. We're gonna go into 4 minutes.
Why can't I hear anybody? Oh,
Really?
I think I hear
Again?
you again. Okay, so I have to like really work hard on this one, I think. So I think psychological thrillers are something that people really, really like to watch, and I think they can be more scary than people just going in and like slashing and hacking people, and like murder is bad. This way, you're like in the mind of somebody, and like if there's somebody who should be made fun of and should have like psychological trauma, it's someone whose parents named them Mitch, and like he notoriously has said so much shit about how much he hated playing, like, sorry, his agent has said so much shit about how much he hated playing in the media and how Toronto is the worst and how like everyone came after him. So like in this movie, people are just feeding him things from the internet and he's slowly falling to pieces on the inside. And then here's the kicker: at the end of the movie, I go and murder him for saying shit about
Self-insert. Okay, got it.
yeah, for saying shit about Toronto and being like a fucking clown. Like, I hate this guy so much, and so does every other hockey uncle on the planet. He sucks. And yeah, so I think like it would be great. He's like falling apart and psychological everything, and then he's in Vegas. He gets signed to Vegas, and he's having a great time, and then I come and murder him.
So, you know, a psychological horror is probably more effective at large, but it's also one of those things that you can't go back to and enjoy very often because you get so beat up emotionally that you usually watch those things maybe once and then think about it for a very long time and never go back to it again because you're too worried to go through the emotions again. Okay. But we all know that Hellraiser movies have 1 billion sequels, and you know what would be great? Hole 1, Hole 2, Hole 3. Every movie, we got different holes for Tiger Woods to be going up against and different experiences.
Okay,
He's
that's unnecessarily sexual. First
well,
off,
so were his crimes.
Here.
No, he is a man who loves his holes.
Psychological horror is all fine and dandy, but like in this, like people take pleasure in watching Mitch Marner fall apart. Like I think you underestimate how much people hate this guy. Like you would go to it for a lark. Like you didn't like it would get you into the psychological, like you'd feel it the first time around, but then you just want to watch this guy like just be treated, just fall apart in his own brain. And then you could also do like a hockey thing where like that's why he's bad at the sport, because like they also kept losing in game 7 of like the first round playoffs, so all of that like I can put it on him. And like it's just the frustrations of all the Toronto Maple Leafs fans that have watched them like just screw up with this guy who makes so much money and just like could not do anything in the playoffs for them, that I think like that's the rewatch factor. You know what would get a lot of clicks? You know what get a lot of fans? People hate the Toronto Maple Leafs and love when they get like absolutely shit kicked. So this,
you know, we get a lot of clicks. The creative potential of golf cleat kills, tee-based kills, golf ball-based kills. There's somebody drowning in a sand trap.
See, but I'm not going for like these fun like slasher kills. I'm going for something a little more emotional. And this is like explaining also why the Maple Leafs suck at everything. Like this curse could actually go to a couple other people as well. Like you want sequels? I can keep doing this with different people, right? Not necessarily psychological thrillers, but my next one would be Austin Matthews losing his mind after he becomes team captain and just murdering everybody in like or like Sudden Death, that movie where like the clock is running down and you have to save it from the terrorists, that had Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. Is awesome. Like that could be the third movie. Like I could do so many things here, but the primary thing is that I don't think you guys understand how much Mitch Marner sucks. All right. Like, and how much this would be
you spent
extremely fulfilling.
I think that you explained it.
You filled 4 minutes on just how much Mitch Marner sucks. John, do you want a minute?
It'd be like the Scott Pilgrim.
Mine is essentially
Toronto of
essentially true crime.
Also, things need to happen in Toronto more often.
Hey,
mine's essentially true crime, and you know, marketable wise, true crime is
I can't hear
disgustingly huge. So I just think that alone could maybe, I don't know, I think that could be huge. There's been like a Netflix documentary, I think, or something like that, but I think like a movie, you know, maybe a little down the road when it's,
I feel like I got
not as
neuralized
fresh.
in Men in Black by Noel. I can't even remember what your answer is. Oh wait, it was the football guy.
Football guy. Yeah. I didn't have a movie title. I didn't think of that.
I don't think that anyone's beating my title. Hell and what?
I like that.
That's a good title. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe mine would be like TB, I'm gonna kill you. Like traumatic brain injury, I'm gonna kill you. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but Tiger Woods is not a likable character. So
He
like,
could be if he was a Cenobite. I'm just saying it'd be an improvement.
Okay. All right. This is like there's a lot to work with here. Okay, because first of all, I didn't know any of those people you guys talking about.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I'm the only jock here.
Woods? You don't know
I
Tiger
used to
Woods?
have a sports podcast. Like it's like, come on. I'm
not a sports.
I'm the jock here.
I've got enough to work with here. I've got enough to
You
work
want to hear
with
about
here.
90s and 2000s skateboarders? I got you.
No.
Jason Lee.
Yeah, there you go.
I can tell you a lot about Star Wars.
No
Me too.
more movies with Jason Lee, please. Okay, so Noel, the Leafs have had it hard enough. John and Noel, men's mental health is not a joke. CTE is a very serious thing.
I know.
What football is doing to young men in America is it's insane. I got to give the
Exactly,
point
it's
to
fucked up.
Steven. I got to give the point to Steven because we are dealing with a
Listen, Tiger Woods is a
think that'd be-
pervert in real
I
life.
think
He
that'd
would
be
definitely
funny.
get pervy in hell. That's what would happen.
No. The fact that you're using our like no. You could do that. The same excuse for fucking
Making me
Tiger
look-
Woods. This is
Making me look
rigged.
like a monster.
This is rigged. I can't do this.
This is in fact rigged. Noel is right. Steven gave me $5 before this started.
Will
Five
e-transfer?
big ones. Yeah. I specifically didn't go for the realistic stuff because that stuff I find to be a little bit too disturbing. More so than
Why
Tiger
not
Woods.
super
having a-
Oh, you got the point.
Realistic.
You got the point. Stop pandering.
Yeah.
All right.
I had an alternative fun idea that maybe I should have done,
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We're gonna go to the
this is
speed round.
we've got more. We've got more. History. Jason XX. I guess that's Jason 20, actually, now that I think about it.
Yep.
Jason travels through time using the time machine from the first question. He teams up with Lizzie Borden, hacking up her parents. He teaches Albert Fish how to write. And finally, he goes to which era and does what with which historical figure. John, you're up first there. Or no, wait, no,
I'm
it
up
is Noel.
first.
It is Noel.
Okay, so we would be going back to. Wait, is my time on? We would be going back to 1874, and he would be going to visit Thomas Edison. And the reason for this is because the light bulb was actually invented by two people from Toronto, Henry Woodward and Matthew Evans. And the reason that they were unable to actually get this invention out was because they couldn't get funding for it. So they sold their patent to Thomas Edison. Not only is Thomas Edison not a great person, like I'm not going to go into it because I don't have enough time, but he's like a freaking dick. But he like steals this. So back to the
True.
Toronto thing, like you don't have the funding for it, so you sell your patent to some loser who then takes it and turns it into this thing and then makes a whole bunch of money. Also, Thomas Edison made the creepiest freaking dolls with like they were the first talking dolls, and they had this like warbling like wax disc in them, and it would be like, now I lay me down to sleep. So I would have stopped that too. So Jason would go and just like cut his head off before he could buy that patent. I have a degree in history.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up in this, and you did.
I wrote down Edison's dolls because I want to look into that shit. That sounds fucked up.
I'm literally just typed it into my search bar.
They're really fucked.
All right.
Okay.
John's up in 1 minute.
Okay, so I thought Jason could travel to San Francisco in 1968, where he meets the Zodiac Killer. I think Jason kind of working in tandem, whether the Zodiac wanted him to or not. Maybe they're killing couples together. I don't know. But either way, the point is, I think Jason's gonna boost his notoriety even more, the Zodiac, kind of blow up his spot, and I think with that kind of notoriety, eventually the Zodiac would actually be caught because he's alongside this fucking beast who just, you know. And I think after he gets caught, Jason would probably just walk away into the woods and do his thing. But yeah, Zodiac, we would know who he is, and everyone could shut up about it. I like solved cases.
Right.
Steven.
This is weird, but I picked Nikola Tesla. Jason goes back in time and picks the person to team up with, Nikola Tesla. In the preamble to this question, it seems like Jason is trying to help people. And I guess by the time we reach Jason 20, after Jason X, he's gone so far into the future that he's regained some semblance of humanity, where he decides to teach serial killers how to read and help people team up to chop up their families. But in this case, Jason, he needs an unlimited power source. As we know, Jason is brought back to life primarily by electricity. The example being in the 6th Jason movie, Tommy Jarvis stabs him with a piece of a fence, which is electrocuted and brings him back to life. We also know that in the 8th Jason movie, Jason takes Manhattan. He's stuck at the bottom of a lake until a power cord is ruptured by an anchor, which then electrifies him back to life, waking him once more to go on his killing spree. So he's going to have Tesla help him to have an unlimited power supply, but he's also going to be his bodyguard and protect him from the CIA.
He went past the zeros.
Noel's right. Steven, you're disqualified. The whole show's actually over.
Oh, shit. Give me my $5 back.
Suspense, man.
Oh, shit.
Can't get blood from a stone.
Okay,
All right,
so the other thing about Thomas Edison is that his son was a piece of shit. So his son was born in 1876. So if he died in 1874, before he was able to buy that patent off of those guys, we'd also not have him. And he's historically a douchebag. So
Well, we also know that Nikola Tesla and Edison were bitter rivals. So I think that Nikola Tesla would also have Jason go kill Edison in my scenario as well.
So
I think
maybe we both win. No, like the thing here is that Americans like to come in. Oh my God, do you have American fans? Well, screw you guys. So they like to come in and wave their money around. And like the primary thing here is that I'm trying to, like, Jason has always been kind of like I think, like you said, he's a humanized character, and I want him to come in and do some good. So I'm kind of on your side with the Nikola Tesla thing. Like Nikola Tesla built the reactor, or not the reactor, the generator at Niagara Falls. That was one of his big things. And so he also had alternating current. So like he is more important to us, like as a good dude, and he seemed like a good dude. So like, honestly, I'm with you on that one. But wouldn't it be so much fun if we actually had like people who work hard to actually do the thing and work hard to create something, not having their shit stolen by these losers who then go on and make creepy ass dolls and have kids that are stupid. I'm doing the world a favor here. Like, he doesn't need any more money. Like, not only that, but he wouldn't have been able to buy all of the other patents, right? Like, people need to be like, enough of this DEI stuff where you can just use your money to buy patents. Like, it needs to be a meritocracy where if you do the actual work, that's how you get like fame and fortune. And what a world it would be if people just had given funding to this guy, right? So
yeah, I completely agree with you, which is why I still think that my answer is better, because Nikola Tesla would be working with Jason, and he would obviously also want to kill Edison. So he would send Jason after Edison in my scenario as well. So
no,
mine
it's
is
a shared
prefer.
cinematic universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be a shared cinematic universe. It's really hard for me to do, but Tesla's too nice a guy. He wouldn't do that. Jason would have to go rogue, and I don't like that.
Jason would see a picture of Edison with like an X on it that Tesla did.
So, but why bother going down your route? You didn't come up with the killing at that specific time, and I think it's the time frame. Also, I have a degree in history. Not sure if I've mentioned that.
That doesn't help you here.
It's a history question.
You think Jason could stop Edison from killing that poor elephant?
Yeah. Like,
I was going to bring up the elephant, yeah.
Edison is such
The
a
elephant
dick.
in the room.
Yeah, he was kind of a piece of shit, wasn't he? But wouldn't you want to know who the Zodiac killer was? I don't. It's fun to have like this mystery ongoing and like the ciphers and everything, but let's just close that chapter.
But what if your
in human
scenario
history.
actually happened and it turns out that Jason Voorhees was the Zodiac killer all along? We've been trying to solve it this whole time. We just didn't
Damn,
know
that's
where to
pretty
look.
interesting.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe he was.
I think not knowing certain things is the spice of life. Like first, second, I thought I would go back to Jack the Ripper and then I thought about doing something good for the world, like going back and killing Hitler or something along those lines. But then like I'm doing something good for the world and also not ruining anything that's kind of like cool and mysterious about the world that we live in. I'm just giving the people their due. And that really creepy doll thing. That
Well,
was weird.
also there's the fact that if the CIA was in the midst of trying to kill Tesla and Jason Voorhees was there, they would not have succeeded, and Tesla would still be bumping around somewhere on a jetpack or something. Maybe on the
Tesla
moon.
is still bumping around on
Bumping
a
around.
jetpack. You think that guy isn't smart enough to have figured out how to like live forever?
So he lives in Atlantis.
Exactly.
Okay, wow. Strong work. I think the concept of Jason going back in time and bringing about social justice is a little far-fetched. I don't know if Jason would have that on his. I don't know if he would scroll back and be like, "Hey, this Hitler guy's a bad guy. I'm gonna take him out."
He's working for me though.
I'm not Jason. You're not. You get to send him back in time. I don't know if you get to do much else after.
Oh no, I sent it back in time with specific instructions.
Okay, he does what with which historical figure? I suppose you're right. I didn't say which two historical figure. I got to give the point to John. I do like the idea of Jason in San Francisco. I think that he could. It sets the path to an obvious sequel in which he's like facing off against Harvey Milk, and then like
Jesus.
Jason versus Milk is a fucking gonna sell tickets for sure. So I think I'm gonna go with John for this one.
Thank you.
All right. This is, that's the cue that's written here. This is the wild card question, and it's actually not so much a question as the truth. But Michelle Obama quietly had Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry suicided. Fruit Brute as well as Yummy Mummy have turned up on the Epstein list. What are you, General Mills, gonna do? Replace them with? Who's the mascot? Points for rhyming, alliteration, and flooding the Democratic conspiracy. What is it, General?
Okay,
Oh,
me first.
John. General
Is it me?
John Mills. Yes.
Okay, so after months of long meetings, me and my crack team of genius advertising executives have come up with Waffle Wolf, and his companion Blueberry Bat. I have a picture of him here. I drew.
Did you
I
find
have I have a crude drawing.
Very good.
So,
Whoa!
so
Damn, I
wolf
wish
him down.
I'd gotten this.
Wolf him down is his little catchphrase there. He's double fisting waffles. He's got a big bite out of that one. He's got a cycloptic bat friend who's blue because he's Blueberry Bat.
I love
He
this.
rides a skateboard, which I think is quite cool. And he's got a cute little vest and ripped up shorts. And if you look closely, you can't really see it, but he's got an all-seeing eye patch on his vest. And
Alright,
is that an
that's
upside-down cross?
Oh my
You're
god.
not allowed to bring mention of the cross. You're past your time.
Oh,
Strike noticing the cross.
I'm gonna strike the cross from record. Yeah.
I didn't know we were allowed to have visual aids created by ourselves.
I didn't know either, but I'm not
I
going
don't
to
know.
say anything.
You know what?
I'm an
That
illustrator.
was
It's
a new
natural
one.
thing.
I loved it. It was better than the image I came up with because I got
You
this one.
could be holding a guitar right now. Nobody's
Oh.
going to stop you.
That's pretty good, though.
All right.
Where did you find that? That's an existing thing that was on DeviantArt.
Yeah, this is absolutely. I typed in waffle wolf in Google, and this is what came up.
That's fantastic.
All right.
As
You
with
don't
the
get
other
credit.
results that we're about to see.
Yeah,
Steven,
I'm
1
glad he
minute.
doesn't have a big wiener or anything like that.
All right, Steven.
All right, so as General Mills, the leader of this organization, I've come up with a perfect plan. Cthulhu Crunch. We've been searching all dimensions for the best breakfast cereal, and this breakfast cereal is so out of this world that it transcends the very concept of deliciousness in every dimension. It's so good you'll lose your goddamn mind, literally. So we've been reading this big, scary tome, and apparently on page 14, it told us how to open a portal to some sort of aquatic space dimension. And we found Cthulhu, the Eldritch Millennial himself. He's really cool. He's wearing skinny jeans and a backwards hat and a flannel shirt. Kids are going to love him. He doesn't have a sidekick, though that would have been a cool thing to add. Oh, wait, you made your own box. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with this one since it's already here.
Wait.
Yeah, the recipe for the cereal is it's basically magical spores taken from another dimension that will just actually drive you insane to the point that you have to buy it.
Is that FDA approved?
Yep, in almost every dimension.
Beautiful.
We got Noel, 1 minute. Noel,
Go
you're
ahead.
muted. Noel, you're muted.
Peeps, yeah, I was just swearing. Okay, so mine is called Danita Sparks Tangy Tampon Berries, and if you don't know who that is, it's the lead singer of L7, who
Oh, nice.
took out her used tampon when somebody was heckling her and said, "Eat my used tampon, fuckers." So the tampon berries themselves are going to be Fruit Loop flavored, and here's where the Democratic conspiracy comes in. Every single box has like a special little, like, you know, I used to get like cereal box things, so it's got an IUD in it. On the side, it's got information about how to do your own home abortion, and it also has your Planned Parenthood, the how-to. And the Fruit Loop flavor actually gives kids autism.
These are all great things. I
Yeah.
laughed so hard I almost choked on the tampon I was eating.
Yeah. So, but like they're not like they're kind of shaped like tampons, like that shape, but they don't have like the tail. I couldn't really figure out how to do that, but like it's just like Fruit Loop flavored, and like the red ones.
marshmallow
It's like
tampons?
eat the red ones last, right? So you have a whole bunch of red ones, and you're waiting to see how many red ones you get.
Turns the milk red.
Yeah, strawberry.
Wow, that's good.
All right.
All right, that was visceral. 4 minutes, guys.
I don't know. I think mine is like the nightmare of every Republican. So, and
Yeah,
The,
guys, you want to tell her? You want to argue against women's lib?
No,
Go ahead,
I also, it's really hard to get IUDs in some places, so it might be good that they come with them.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
And in Canada, it also comes in French.
I mean, the only thing that I can really think of is that Cthulhu is an interdimensional creature that is able to expand your consciousness in ways that we can't even possibly understand, including deliciousness. So I think that no matter what, at the end of the day, this cereal is going to be more delicious, whether it be true or not, just based on its ability to warp your mind into believing so. So I
feel
think
like it's gonna
Go ahead.
taste like fish flakes.
doesn't matter. It's the most delicious flavor you've ever had. Cthulhu says so. Your mind believes it.
I don't know if something's called Danita Sparks Tangy Tampon Berries and the side of the box says "Eat my used tampon, fuckers," then it tastes like delicious berries. I think like that's also opening up your mind in the same way and becomes the most delicious thing. You know, when you're like thinking you're going to drink one thing and then it's water and you're like, yuck, this is like the opposite of it. Also, like, I could also make every box like some of the proceeds go to your local Planned Parenthood, and no, I won't say that.
There's things you won't say.
This
Is there a free
special,
tampon in every box?
no.
There's an IUD in every box.
There's an
Right,
IUD.
right. Right.
But you can also get like maybe $2 off of tampons at your local whatever because you can cut
like
out the little pieces. And then on the back, like you can have a little maze where it's just like the outline of like fallopian tubes and whatever, and you have to get like the egg out of the uterine wall, and or like in some other versions, like the Halloween one, you actually have to like remove, like you cut out the little like not the feet, the little zygote that's trying to attach, and you have to like take it out. And then in some boxes, you also have, remember those old LED things that like the little games that you just had to press, and then there would be like this black.
Like Tiger Electronic handhelds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to shoot the sperm before they get into it.
Oh yeah. It's like a Game and Watch game.
Ovulate, damn you, ovulate. Is the diagram of the reproductive organs labeled? I just need to know.
You have to find the clip yourself.
Oh, okay.
Wow, since it's an interior, there wouldn't be
it
that.
wouldn't be there, yeah. So people would be like, it doesn't exist. See, it's not on the diagram.
You'd never find it. It would drive people nuts, yeah.
General Mills is trying to figure out where it is. He's like, I've been looking for years.
And
Sailing the seven seas trying to find it.
Some of the proceeds also go to Democratic Convention, Democratic Party like money. Like you also donate every single time that you eat the cereal. You donate to so many things.
I think that the real question here, though, is this is a breakfast cereal that is obviously aimed at children. What is a more compelling character? Wolfram Down, Wolfie Bat Boy, or Cthulhu, or a woman yelling about throwing tampons at people?
No, children, like they need to be taught these things first off, and again, that's
why I was asking if it's labeled.
Part of this whole thing is like the conspiracy, and we're trying to like make kids libs.
I said flouting the Democratic conspiracy.
Oh, that's a hard one. I wish I drew a fun picture.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to, grease the wheels or anything.
Yeah, it was good.
Excellent wheel greasing.
Part of me thought everyone was going to do a drawing. I don't know why.
I have no talent.
I have a picture of the Eldritch Millennial I can upload real quick.
Oh, sure.
This is going to be controversial. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of things to say. It's like, first of all, as because I didn't say this before, but obviously I'm like the above the General Mills. I gotta like say yes or no, right? I'm gonna say, first of all, I asked to flout the Democratic conspiracy.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Well, no, that's fine, but we're donating money to democratic needs or causes as openly against the question, but also it just doesn't sell with kids, and ideally these products are going to be like, we want them to be free, right? So
you hate women. That's what I'm getting at.
No, I'm saying that
that's
I'm
fine.
saying
That's
that
awesome.
The only
I'm
one
saying
on
that we should be
the
providing...
podcast of the 5 people here. No worries. Yeah, kick me out of speed round.
No, you're right. That's what it's. No, it's. I'm saying that it's like, obviously these cereals should be provided for free to people that need them. So that's just not a good business model as a cereal company. I hate to go with the person that has the drawing, because that seems like I'm going with the person that has the drawing, but
I have a drawing too. Here, look.
Blueberry Bat is pretty
It is
cool.
I just want to say, when Noel said
That's
you
good.
hate
I like
women,
that.
I went, that's awesome. And I wasn't talking about hating women. I was talking about the drawing.
Can we get
hating women is not awesome.
Can we isolate that?
No. Oh, no. Don't cancel me.
I'm giving John the point. A Cthulhu Crunch is very good. The alliteration is fantastic,
good.
and the Eldritch.
I mean, as soon as I saw
that
that
was Steven, isn't it?
Yeah,
no, I know.
But I was just throwing
werewolf.
Throwing a little.
I would be disappointed if the werewolf did not win.
Listen, the Tampon Crunch is good. It's going to have a very niche audience, and they're also, for some reason, going to be mad that it is berry flavored, I think.
I wanted it to taste like pennies.
Yeah. I think the kind of person that is going to be mad about that is also going to be very litigious. So there might be some false advertising stuff going on there. Hey, it's just So,
Well,
Of course, this is scored by a man.
I mean,
Got it.
as a
Don't be
producer,
the one with the funniest answers.
I
Got it.
personally would have given that point to Noel because she had the best argument of the debate.
She did.
It was
I'll
good.
do that again.
Absolutely.
I can't stop thinking about Blueberry Bat.
He's
I mean,
cute.
I like
Fucking Blueberry Bat was what won him over.
I mean, I like that he has one
So
eye.
good. He's so good. A Blueberry Bat would have one eye.
I sweeten the pot with cuteness. I feel like Noel should have my point.
At the end of the day, we're selling cereals, children.
Fair.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Noel, with that, you are eliminated from the main round. But that saves you the anxiety of the speed round. So you
Oh,
kind of
fuck.
got a win here. With that...
My sound's messed up again.
No, not the sound again. Oh, no. Wait, what just happened?
What is the speed round anyway?
I think Steven's gonna kick the shit out of me in a speed round.
We'll see.
To be honest. I have no.
We'll see.
I watched a couple of these on YouTube, and I don't remember a speed round.
Oh, so you didn't watch the whole show? Okay, I see how it goes.
I did!
Awesome.
He's that
Okay,
spike
guys.
where it
Maybe I was
goes
back.
off.
drunk. I don't know.
Where it goes off.
I have
three-quarter
to.
screw and
I
it
have
goes
to
down.
go. I
That's
have
been-
to go. Have fun with your speed round. I have to go write
Thank
a
you,
paper for
Noel.
university.
Bye,
Thank you so
Noel.
much.
Nice to meet
Have
you.
a good evening. You were great.
You did
See you on
amazing.
Hey, did you see this one? All right. Let me just wait. The host goes here. All right. Well, with that, it's time for the speed round.
Wow.
I don't have any information on my
That's
end
not
about
bad.
the speed round. I'm gonna be honest.
So okay, here's how it goes. Speed round is 30 seconds. Each person's gonna give their choice. Whoever gives the first answer, whoever calls it out, they go first. They get 30 seconds, and there's a 15-second rebuttal. So it's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. You're gonna read the question. I've written down the speed round questions. I didn't ask you for them because I figured that was probably gonna make your brain hurt. So, because you had to write down 6, so I didn't want to make you do any more. So I wrote down the speed round questions. Colin, you're gonna read the speed round questions. Once the speed round questions are answered, whoever answers first goes first. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 15-second rebuttal.
Where do I find these questions?
I got them prepared, so they're gonna pop up, and you're gonna read
Oh,
them,
okay,
and then
okay.
we'll go from there. Okay?
All right. Okay. I was just looking at the
All
doc.
right.
I'm like, what?
No, watch the screen. All right, and with that,
Ding.
speed round.
Movies. Which film has the most egregious ghost stalker? Beetlejuice or Casper?
Beetlejuice.
All right, so Steve's gonna go with Beetlejuice, and then John, you'll have Casper.
Okay.
One moment, you guys will have you'll get a few moments to think about this while I pull up my timers. So think about your presenting debates, and then here we go. Steven, you get 30 seconds.
Beetlejuice is maybe not just the most egregious ghost stalker out of these two movies, but one of the most egregious ghost stalkers to ever exist in all of cinema. Not only is he a twisted pervert who doesn't mind exercising his disgustingness on a teenage girl, but he also extends that to anybody around him. He forces her to almost get married. He turns into a giant weird wiener snake. He is doing all sorts of things, and he's trapped within the boards that he makes and the house, so he has a limited space to work with, but he uses it pretty effectively.
All right, 30 seconds to John when you're ready.
Okay, so Casper is a friendly boy ghost. So, Beetlejuice, he's creepier. He's got creepy designs on people like young Lydia, but he can be vanquished. Casper can't be vanquished. You're stuck with that little boy ghost all the time, watching you sleep and having a crush on you and shit, like he does with Christina Ricci. Can I keep you? More like, can I creep you?
All right. 15-second rebuttal, Steve.
I mean, he's called Casper the Friendly Ghost for a reason. He earned that moniker because of his friendly nature. He's not going to do anything that makes you horribly uncomfortable. And if he did, he would probably leave you alone because he would feel bad because he's your friend. He's going to do anything that you ask him.
15-second rebuttal, John.
True as that may be, he's not going to hurt you. But, like I said, you can't get rid of this guy, right? Beetlejuice you can. Also, I think Beetlejuice could maybe be reasoned with. It can maybe become a friend. Maybe.
Ooh.
Like having a genie.
Colin, this is a tough one, buddy.
It's a really tough spot that you're in, John, because Casper is incredibly charming. So I do got to give Stephen the point just simply because he grabbed that one first, because it's a hard one to fight for. Like, you got to make some hard points for Casper. Christina Ricci genuinely adored him. So
I mean, Casper is a creepy bastard, in my opinion.
The wording is egregious stalker, and when I think about real life stalkers, I think about Beetlejuice. They almost right down to everything.
And maybe he can turn into Devon Sawa sometimes and like make out with you. So
that's true. Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't remember Casper lifting up somebody's skirt with a stick and going, "Oh,
yeah,
what?"
That's egregious.
But he was like creeping next to a sleeping girl.
He'll just go underneath the floorboards and just peek up through the floor, just his little eyes looking up the skirt like that. Little fucking creep.
Casper's intentions are in the name, unfortunately. We know he's friendly. Context.
There's 3 other ghosts that are more egregious in that house with Casper.
Yeah, his uncles are a whole nother fucking thing.
Stinky, Blimpo, and Grouchy, or whatever the fuck their names.
That's a really good... That movie holds the fuck up. All right, okay. Netflix's Wednesday show is based on the famed Addams Family character. Which of the other Addams Family members would make a good TV series?
Cousin It.
All right, Steven's first with Cousin It, 30 seconds.
Cousin It is a fan favorite. He's one of the characters that when he's on screen, you're always like, oh man, it's Cousin It. I can't wait to see what he gets up to. You also always want to see him more. Also, any mention of his name in any rendition of Addams Family gets you excited. He's one of the weirdest creatures. You don't know what he is. You don't know what he looks like under there. And I want to see him in all sorts of scenarios all over the place. Every week could be just him going on a different vacation. Like he goes to the Arctic, he goes to Hawaii, and he's always got a fun different hat on. I want to know what Cousin It is up to. Also, Ladies Man, probably, right?
Damn.
30 seconds, John, when you're ready.
I guess I'll go with Bing. It can be, obviously he doesn't talk or anything like that. But I think with some really good hand acting like he's had in the past, he'd really get something out of that. I don't know about longevity, but with the right team behind it, I think you could have a really compelling Bing show. You could have, other members of the family kind of build up the plot a bit in their own way. But if it's a Thing-centric show, I don't know. I think it could. I watched a few episodes of that. Matter time.
15-second rebuttal, Steven.
The main problem with Thing being the main character is, like you said, he can't really emote other than doing sign language, I guess. Whereas with Cousin It, you could really kind of milk a Mr. Bean style television show out of this weird hairy monstrosity. Whereas the hand gags are going to get pretty tired quickly.
15-second rebuttal, John.
Okay. Thing about Cousin It doesn't talk either. Cousin It makes little sounds like. And there's some emoting you could do with that, but it's just like a big stack of hair. It can't even emote as much as a single hand, I don't think.
Ooh, that's a good point. Colin?
Chris, you need to shut the fuck up.
I'm emoting.
I influenced the answer. Like, whoa.
No, it's good. It makes me pick the person that he reacts to. I like it. I know this is good. This is tough because Thing would be Cousin It would be a good one, because you could do anything in ADR that you needed to. You could have a whole voice actor come in later after like the main character's like caught up in some sort of bad conspiracy or seditious act. But I think I'm just gonna have to say the thing, just because I got to throw it out to Canadian actor Christopher Hart, who needs more jobs. Hand jobs are hard to come by. He's only been in several movies. He's been in Addams Family Reunion. He's been in Idle Hands as the
Oh,
hand.
nice.
He
Yeah,
was
great
in
movie.
a short film called
Another
One
Devon Sawa.
Hand Left. He played somebody named Lefty in a movie called Quicksilver Highway. So can we get more? Oh, he also played the disembodied hands in Angels. So can we get some more for Christopher Hart? I'm going with that thing.
I mean, both characters would be fun to have a little mini-series with, I think.
It's
I
true.
think actually I would like to see a Thing and Cousin It team up.
Buddy,
So
Like,
like a
buddy
buddy
film,
cop,
like a buddy
yeah.
cop movie. Yeah.
that would
They
be
can solve
fucking
a
amazing.
murder.
And maybe Lurch too. But non-verbal crew in there. Get Lurch in there.
True, yeah.
I was
want that
honestly expecting an Uncle Fester as an answer, but these are good
That's too
answers.
easy.
I was
That's easy.
I was gonna go with Fester at first,
That's
and then I
pretty
went for
compelling
Thing kind of
stuff,
last second.
honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Speedrun music.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show is doing a live Broadway show. Who's the best replacement for Tim Curry's Dr. Frank N. Furter? Bill Skarsgård or Adam Driver? Go.
Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård.
Steve,
Bill
30
Skarsgård.
seconds. You got to go with Adam Driver, John.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård. I mean, we've seen him already do incredible things with his voice. And what is Dr. Frankenfurter but an incredible voice? We also know that he's capable of doing all sorts of things physically. Adam Driver, I'm not sure that he would be able to pull off the dance sequences as well as the corset, as well as the voice. But Bill Skarsgård has an amazing range. Adam Driver just has a deep voice. And I mean, he can pull off comedy, but Bill Skarsgård can pull off scary and comedy.
30 seconds, John.
Hey, so Adam Driver, I think he's got like he's a bit too broad. We've seen him shirtless in Star Wars. He's kind of built like a brick shit house in that movie, anyways. But he's very fair skinned. He's got dark hair. I think those lend naturally to Frankenfurter. Or is it Frankfurter? Anyways,
And Furter.
Frankenfurter. Yeah. So he's very tall. He's very fair skinned. I think he could pull it off physically, and he's a great actor. Sorry, I went over
15-second
time.
roll, Steve.
I think that there is something to be said for how handsome both of these men are, but Bill Skarsgård is more traditionally softer in his features, which is something that Tim Curry very much was when he first played this role. If you just look at his lips alone, they are very like soft, supple, kissable lips, whereas Adam Driver is a chiseled, deep set. He basically looks like one of those Easter Island heads.
Okay, we know your type.
15-second rebuttal, John.
Okay. Well, this is tough because they're both great actors. They're both very handsome men. But yeah, look at Driver there. I don't know. I think he could be kind of a more imposing Frankenfurter, maybe. Maybe as like it's kind of the new twist on it. It's still very Frankenfurter, but he's bigger, more imposing, more powerful. Maybe this time around.
He's a man's man.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah.
I feel like
Sorry, my
Adam
timer
Driver
froze there.
he should be Rocky.
Yeah.
You know? On the slab. Put him on the slab.
Look at that beefcake.
Look at that horse.
All right. Colin, who gets the point?
I gotta give it to Bill Skarsgård. Unfortunately, I could just picture that as soon as I close my eyes.
Yeah, I
Right.
haven't seen that new Crow movie. I don't really know if I want to, but I seen him in that, and he's all white and like slender and wet, and
Mm-hmm.
I do
think
kind of
it-
want to
pretty
watch that. I ain't
Frankenfurter.
gonna lie.
I think
Wait,
you
just
just
wet
put some rosy red lips on Bill Skarsgård, and he's already like 90% of the way to Frankenfurter at that point.
that's true.
Oh boy,
Can't argue with that.
I'm ready
It's a
for it.
tight game. It's a tight game. All right, it's time for speed round sports. Tight game, fellas. You're doing great.
Sports. You get to turn any classic children's playground game into a murder game. Which game are you choosing? Example, Hot Potato, Ring Around the Rosie, London Bridge, etc.
Tremors.
All right, 30
Red
seconds
Rover.
to Steve and Red Rover.
Tremors is a game where you have to stay on top of the playground, and if you touch the gravel or the sand or whatever it was, the choice of material to surround your playground, you had a certain amount of time to get to the next area before the Tremors would come for you. The Tremors were the other kids. It was basically like Manhunt or Tag, only when they would grab you, you would get sucked down and you would die, but then you would become one of the Tremors as well. So in this scenario, I guess the kids would just be stabbing each other with knives. I didn't think that far ahead when I picked it.
It sounds like a game we used to call Grounders when I was a kid.
It sounds like
Hey,
hot
we call
lava
it
to me.
Grounders.
Grounders, yeah, Tremors, Grounders, basically the same, yeah.
All right, 30 seconds, John.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Red Rover, where you link arms and someone tries to run across, the field or whatever and break the chain. I was thinking maybe it could be more like Dead Rover, where maybe there's some sort of instead of running at it waist high, you got to run at it like at your neck, and maybe there's you don't know where it is, but maybe there's a hidden length of razor wire, and you get your fucking head cut off.
I was waiting that whole fucking time for you to say razor wire. I'm like, when's he gonna say razor wire? It's coming.
It got right down to the
He saved it for the last 3
possible
seconds.
second.
I don't
15
improv
second.
well.
15-second rebuttal to Steve.
I think the idea is great, but I do think that the tension wouldn't be there. You could have an actual sort of element of surprise. Played at night, played in mist. You don't know where the Tremors are. They've got knives. They're coming for you. It's scarier. Whereas yours, I guess, the anticipation is the fright.
15-second rebuttal, John.
I think what's compelling about Dead Rover is the Russian roulette aspect of it. I think that could be enticing. People that like to, kids love to live on the edge, and maybe they might get their head cut off, and maybe that's exciting.
Those are great answers, guys. Colin, who gets the point?
I gotta throw it over to Dead Rover because it's just getting my mind spinning, man. It's just I'm thinking about things like they could all be handcuffed in the line, and then somebody's on a dirt bike, and or something else. Anything really.
No,
I'm giving it to John.
It's definitely.
I'm giving it to John. He's got a name for it as well.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "That's better."
Yeah, it's just marketed.
I
as
like
ready to go.
yours a lot, man.
I just picked the one that I had the most anxiety rolled up into.
Actually, John and I are going to
That's
turn
fair.
this into a Steam game here, and we're going to make a lot of money. So,
Oh hell yeah,
Dude, that would
Let's
make
get
a
AI to
dope
make-
game. That would
Dead
make
Rover,
a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Right. We're on to the speedrun history. Man, this is a tight game, guys. You guys are rocking it. This could go either
history. You get to create a human centipede out of 3 dictators. Which dictator are you putting on the end? And what did the first dictator eat? Cuttlefish and asparagus or vanilla paste?
Trump. He's
Yeah,
going on
man.
the end.
You're not allowed to say that.
Why not?
Apparently it's sedition.
Oh well, he's the only dictator that I know of that's alive. So,
30 seconds to Steve.
I guess, are we using the time machine?
You can use any dictator in history.
I mean, I think that the amount of shit that comes out of his mouth already is just evidence enough that maybe this is happening constantly. I don't like most things that come out of his mouth, so the fact that we can just watch a bunch of shit go into his mouth for once would be great. I guess cuttlefish and maybe a bunch of melted ice cream so it comes out quicker.
We've heard the joke of 3 raccoons in a trench coat, but it's actually a human centipede under his suit, and he's just.
Yeah.
All right, 30 seconds to John when you're ready.
This is. Do I have to pick 3 dictators?
You just pick one dictator that fits on the end, and then you get to pick cuttlefish and asparagus or vanilla paste.
Okay.
Or whatever you want, really.
Yeah. Okay, this is tough because I would have picked Trump because I fucking hate that guy. I wake up every morning hoping to hear news about his death, but
Same.
since it's been chosen, I'll just pick his little buddy Putin. I think he can suck shit through a straw, and even better through some other person's anus.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the end of a human straw, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I guess the cuttlefish and asparagus, because that's what he deserves. I don't know, but he's pretty Russian, so they eat weird stuff anyways, right?
The last part's a give me.
That's all. That's all I've done.
All right, 50-second rebuttal, Steve.
I mean, in my scenario, Putin is the next one in line in front of Trump, because that's kind of what's going on anyway already, right? Don't they suck on each other's butts all the time? I'm pretty sure they do. So
They do.
yeah, I think that you just have your guy at the end, whereas my guy is behind yours.
15-second rebuttal, John.
I mean, yeah, this is a hard debate because both of these assholes are, stone ass to mouth and sucking shit and fish through buttholes. I don't know. It's hard to debate. I think everyone wins here.
It's true. I mean, we all agree that Hitler's at the front because they're the ones that are fucking eating his shit and digesting it and shitting it back out for the public to listen to, right?
Yeah, he started it.
I guess we never got to the front, did we?
No.
I mean,
It's Hitler.
Hitler's gonna be at the front, surely.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was great. Colin gets the point.
That is such an abstract thing to award a point to the last 5 minutes of talking.
Give it to Steven.
Steven. It gets to Steven.
Okay.
Steven gets the point.
Yeah.
For just
We
for
all want to see
dramatic
Trump
effect.
suck shit.
He needs to suck shit the most right now. It's just, yeah, Steven gets it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh, boys. All right. It's a close round. It comes to the final one.
Ding, ding, ding. Wild card. You can revive one show to bring back for Halloween. Which would be the most popular today? Freaky Stories, Bump in the Night, Real Monsters, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Freaky Stories.
Are you afraid of the
All
dark?
All right. 30 seconds to Steven.
Well, I can absolutely respect Are You Afraid of the Dark as a choice. One of the greatest draws of Freaky Stories was that it always made it feel like it was Halloween every single time you watched an episode of that show. It also gave you 2 nice short stories per episode. It wasn't one long thing, so you would get, even if you didn't vibe with the first one, you would get a second one that could maybe make up for the first one, or maybe even blow you out of the water if you liked the first one. The second one was even better. Also, puppets. We love gooey puppets, right? Maurice the Maggot? Come on.
Oh, that maggot grossed me out. Loved him
30
though.
seconds to John.
Okay, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We all know it. It's a classic. It's a Canadian classic. I think the formula is really solid. I think it's a good showcase for young talent, young Canadian talent. Get a diverse crew in there. You can have, all kinds of kids from all different backgrounds and orientations. I think it can be like a very inclusive show. And, there's no shortage of scary stories to tell.
15-second rebuttal, Steven.
One of the absolute amazing aspects of Freaky Stories was that it would take urban legends, things that everybody had already kind of heard, either from their parents or their cousins or their friends' parents or whatever, and it would do a retelling of that. And I would love to see what kind of stories we get over the last 25 years that show hasn't been out.
15-second rebuttal, John.
I think, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't know, man. It's just iconic. It was kind of like Canada's Goosebumps. I think there's a huge fervor for that kind of nostalgia. Oh.
It's a tough one, Colin.
This is actually genuinely tough that it is riding on this because those are both really good answers. I gotta give the freaky story, so I gotta, Steven, I'm afraid you're getting the point. I'm not afraid you're getting the point. I'm happy to announce
It
you're getting the
happened to a
point.
friend of a friend of mine over
Yeah,
here.
I've
Man,
been
I
wanting
loved
to say
it.
that the whole time. It happened to a friend of a friend of mine.
I actually I sent away for I like won some prize on YTV, and I got like a T-shirt in the mail, and it was just freaky stories on the front and Pop Tarts on the back.
Hell yeah.
So cool. But I think that would work in a short form format these days. You could have a TikTok run of freaky stories. Everybody would love it.
I would like to just see like what
I
the
would love it.
updated concept of what an urban legend is, because there has been almost 30 years since that show was on the air, where urban legends have been growing and spawning, and there's new ones. I would like to see.
I was
what that-
literally thinking about that show
That's true.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody was
They can
talking about
incorpor-
sucking the chocolate off of chocolate covered peanuts, and I was like,
It could
then-
incorporate like creepy pastas into their like internet
Mhm,
shit.
mhm.
Like, there's a lot of episode potential there.
Absolutely.
that actually, yeah.
But that's also not to say that a new Are You Afraid of the Dark wouldn't rule as well, because I
Bring them
fucking love
both
that
back.
show. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
don't like to watch Canadian live action. Let's face that.
All right. Well, with that, that is another episode of Trivial Debates. Congratulations to our winners, Stephen Boba Blackfly Wattas.
Thank you. I won last Halloween. I won this Halloween. Wow, what are the odds?
I'll send you whatever wolf, waffle wolf.
Yeah. Do you do T-shirts? I'll wear that shit for.
Oh, I'll
For
send you
real.
a T-shirt. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe not of waffle wolf. We'll see. But I'll send you. Any
No,
other
it's got to
t-shirt.
be of Waffle Wolf. It's got to
Yeah.
be of Waffle Wolf for sure.
If you could send me Waffle Wolf, I could have stickers by tomorrow.
Wolf 'em down is a very good slogan for a werewolf. I'm surprised that
Alright.
that wasn't made for real.
With
Before
that,
Yummy Mummy.
with that,
Yummy,
Stephen,
yummy.
your winnings are.
Can you blame it?
It's fucking oh nothing! Surprise your friends, amaze your family, annoy perfect strangers! It's absolutely nothing. Free for only $99.99. That's it! You're getting dismantled!
Why don't you just turn him off? I can't. His remote ran away.
Oh, man.
Amazing reboot.
See, that's the Canadian content people will watch.
Absolutely.
That's good
Absolutely.
CanCon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen, where can the people find you and your future endeavors?
You can find me at Waters of Lust on Instagram, also Bubba Blackfly on Instagram, where I do lots of illustration, but you can also see me on the Darth Theorist YouTube channel, as well as the Three-Eyed Theorist YouTube channel, where this week we are actually doing a Halloween special. Chris, would you mind if I play the trailer for that now?
By all means, go ahead, sir.
All right.
Ooh.
Right on.
A long time ago, in a galaxy of endless wars. Some stories are older than the stars themselves. Tales whispered in shadows. Stories the Jedi dared never to record. Last year, we brought you a tale steeped in fire and drowned in mud, pulled straight from a nightmare, and cast back to hell. This year, Darth Theorist unleashes not one nightmare, but four. Four tales of terror, carved from the darkest corners of the galaxy. Each one a little on the dark side. 4 days, 4 writers, 4 stories. Let's explore the depths of it in the videos.
That's
That was
it.
awesome.
Very cool. Very
Heckin'
cool.
Thanks,
spooky.
guys. So
Heck.
we're starting that on actually, I think the first one is supposed to go out tomorrow, but I don't know if it's completely done editing yet, so it might be on the 28th. But yeah, we've got 4 stories, and they're all spooky stories. Speaking of freaky stories, happened to a friend of mine. Yeah, we're doing it. We're trying to do the sort of vibe that we had when we were little kids, and YTV would turn into Halloween for all of the month of October. We're sort of trying to do that vibe for this week. So it's a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of creative, spooky. We try to do horror stories sometimes, but it's not always the best. So I'm like, what if we advertise it in advance? Maybe people will get excited. So anyway, we hope that people like it, and it's more for us than anyone else. But it's exciting and it's fun.
That's cool. I'll
No,
check
it's
that
great.
out.
I'll be checking that out for sure.
Awesome. Other than that, yeah, I don't think I have. Oh, also Stanland, which is an audio comedy podcast mini-series that it takes place in a fantasy world. I'm on that. You guys should check it out. I do a couple of voices on that, but we've also got these mini-series that are coming out now that are bonus content for the main podcast. So if you subscribe, you'll get access to those. I'm one of the main characters in the first 3 episodes, and then I play a couple of characters in the next 3 episodes that are supposed to come out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, it's me doing like, hello, I'm a vampire, blah, like that kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys will love it. So yeah, check that out. It's very fun. Other than that, I think I'm done.
Was that your voiceover in the trailer?
That was me, yes.
Beautiful.
With the depths of it in the video. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Sounds good, man.
Nice.
With that, we go to the Potion Man. John, where can the people find you and your future endeavors and your culture?
You can find me at potion_printing on Instagram. That's where I do most of my, communicating besides email, which you can find on my Instagram. Yeah, not a lot of social media. I do lots of videos and reels and stuff over on Instagram. I also have a shop. It's a big cartel shop, so I think if you just do like potion printing /big cartel or something, there's a link to it in my Instagram. It's all in there. And yeah,
We'll put
I make
links in the
videos and I
description
print
as well.
shirts and I make my own stuff and I print stuff for other businesses and stuff like that.
Beauty.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we'll
That's
put
right,
links
dude.
in the
You're doing
description.
that.
Yeah,
It's good
thanks.
stuff. It's good shirts. Real nice work. I'm a big fan of his, and I had to invite him. Colin,
Thanks, buddy. I
our
appreciate
host
it.
with the most, our serial hostess. Where
glad
can
you
people
said
find you in
hostess.
your future endeavors?
I'm gonna be on this website. It's down right now, but it's gonna be back up and running here sometime. But they're like keeping track of like all the people that made fun of Charlie Kirk's death. So you can find me on there. It's probably gonna have my home address. They say that they got everything on me, so keep an eye out for that.
Beautiful.
All right, fantastic. And with that, I'm the World Mind. I produce this silly little podcast show. Thank you all for joining us on another annual Halloween episode. We've got a litany of excellent episodes. We'll be back next month for November. It's going to be a Babylon 5 episode. I'm going to have a special gathering of geeks. The only 4 to 5 Babylon 5 fans in all of history.
Yeah, but when you
for that
find them, they
trivial
can't
debate.
stop babbling about it. Am I telling you?
Hey,
Babbling
Hey.
on and on over there.
Yeah, so that's going to be our next episode of Trivial Debates. Thank you, everyone, for attending. If you want to find Noel and their future endeavors, just check out Hey, Did You See This One? That podcast.
Hey,
They're on there often.
also, Noel does have a podcast that they're doing with a friend of ours who's also a mainstay guest on our show, involving the Gilmore Girls television show.
The Gilmore podcast?
They had a name, but I'm not sure if they have stuck with that name or not. So I don't want to fuck it up, but it's a Gilmore Girls podcast, and they are doing it with Tim Covey, who is a person who comes onto our podcast all the time. He's an amazing podcaster. I do recommend you guys check it out, but we are hosting it on our channel as well as the UFP, I believe. So you can find them through us. And they're both very funny and smart and have lots of good, interesting takes. So check that out as well.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, with that, we're ending the show. It's time to wrap up. Thank you again for joining us. Leave your comments, your questions, your answers to the questions that were presented. Leave them within the comments. Leave a like, a subscribe if you want to help us out. Share the show. These are things that are great for us. Until next time, we'll see you on Trivial Debates, Babylon 5. Thank you again, everyone, for having a little fun with us and
Thank you for
celebrating
having
Halloween.
me. Really
And
appreciate it.
happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Check your candy for razor blades.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on Trivial Debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mario Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.